Hey, welcome to Bikes, Boats, and Bivouacs. We're exploring Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Right down there is the Lobster Wharf Restaurant. Brian and Jean celebrating 40 years at the Lobster Wharf. We got some fish and chips. Al's got lobster bisque with actual lobster in it. Scallops. Marie's got the crab cakes. Tim's got a barbecue chicken. And then looks like we got scallops and a Caesar down here. A lobster roll. I'm coming up on that. That's the same as Al, right?
Yep.
Very good. And here is the information booth. So we'll check it out. So this looks like a mall. They have lots of little stores in here, the Dacha Caribbean. And then it looks like they have information on tours also. Big Al. Do have tourist information. What do you think, Phoebe? How do you like Prince Edward Island? What do you think of the island, Marie?
I love it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it's a nice little island.
It's a big island.
Well, yes, it's a big island.
You can rent these fun wheel rentals, or you can pedal. If they charge up the battery for the lights. First up on the agenda in Charlottetown is the Hippo Tour. So this is what we'll be taking. And Phoebe is allowed to go. They do have a duck boat that's going to start running next week.
Alrighty, welcome everyone to the Hippo Trolley today. My name is Mateo. I will be your guide. In the front we have Gary driving. Can everyone say hi, Gary?
Gary!
Awesome. So a lot of islanders here are pretty nice. So usually if you wave, they'll wave back at you. We usually have a little competition here to see who can get the most waves back. So yeah, if you want to do that, that'd be great. We don't really have much of a ride, we just keep riding, right? We just turned on to Water Street here. I know it doesn't look like there's too much water on the street now, but back in the day, it's called Water Street because the water came all the way up to the back of these houses here. All that land behind there is all man-made.
Now, Harbour Hippo Tours has a trolley and also a duck boat that they do tours through the town of Charlottetown on Prince Edward Island. So this is a great way to see the island, and get your bearings before you go out to explore on your own. Now, during the tour, you're going to see a mix of old historic buildings and relatively new structures that are modern and quite up to date. So the town is a good mix of old and new and shows you that both can exist together. Now, coming up on the right hand side, you'll see the Confederation of the Arts building. This building does have
a series of collections that you can go in and take a look at, and is well maintained. So I would encourage you, if you have the time after your tour, to go in and check out the building and what's inside it. The longest running musical, Anne of Green Gables, plays there every other year. So if you're lucky and you're there, you can see it. We are approaching the Province House. This is the building where the Confederation was formed, and apparently they drank an awful lot of alcohol in putting the Canadian Federation together. But that is where that happened. Now, years ago, you had to pay to go to church, and this particular church was the first one to offer free services. And soon after that, the other churches started to do the same thing. But in Prince Edward Island, this is where that change occurred. Tours are pet friendly, as you can see. Phoebe is enjoying the ride, and she did really well on this particular tour. The beer garden on the right is just one of many places that you can enjoy lunch or dinner in Charlottetown. There are plenty of opportunities and choices for you to make when choosing what type of food you eat and where to dine. Coming up on the right is Holland College. This is one of two colleges on PEI, and they have degrees in wildlife and environment, bioscience, music performance, fundamental arts, graphic design, journalism, and then they also have Police Academy here and the Culinary Arts Institute here, in addition to the typical business programs and early childhood education programs that you would find in a school.
Joe Giz Memorial Park. So Joe Giz is one of our former leaders here in Prince Edward Island. If you're from the U.S., it's like our governor, right, in Prince Edward Island. And yeah, he was a person who came up with the idea for having a connection between the land and the mainland, rather than the bridge, right? And so that's how the Confederation Bridge came to be. Funny enough, though, Joe Giz, even though he created this idea, like he was trying to vote for it, he voted against Long Island.
Now the arena on the right is where the local hockey team that's affiliated with National Hockey League plays, and this area gets an awful lot of traffic, and people will earn extra money by allowing you to park in their driveways. It's been rumored that one family was able to send their child to school based on what they earned by parking cars in their driveway. Now there are several places that the trolley will stop so that you can take pictures. This happens to be one of those locations where the trolley will stop if anybody wants to get off and take pictures. I believe this building on the right is an ag research center associated with the University of Prince Edward Island. So they do some interesting research in that building. Now This is the campus of the University of Prince Edward Island, and this is a full-service university with programs up through the professional and PhD doctoral level. So this is the main university for the island. Holland College that we talked about earlier is more of a 2-year associate degree program, and this is the full-service university on the island. As you can see, there is still a lot of open land on Prince Edward Island. And one thing we did find out is Prince Edward Island has 1% of the land mass in Canada, but produces 30% of the potatoes. They grow the new potato, which matures in 6 to 8 weeks, so they can get 2 crops in one season. The University of Prince Edward Island has a full-service athletic department and a bunch of athletic programs that students can participate in. The guide did tell us that there are some Olympic runners that live on the island, and they choose to work out in the university facilities. So there is a chance, if you're visiting the university or go to school here, that you will encounter some highly specialized and high-performing athletes on the campus. As we roll through this neighborhood, you see these are typical homes that you would find in suburban Canada or suburban USA. And they're well maintained and very attractive properties just up from the island shore. I'm reminded of the quote from Chief Brody in the movie Jaws when he talks about his fear of water, and he is questioned on why he lives on an island if he fears water, and Chief Brody responds, "It's only an island if you look at it from the water." Prince Edward Island is a large island, and you wouldn't even realize you're on an island. Now, Charlottetown is a harbor town. It does sit right on the water, and the tour would not be complete without, a run by the water. On the left-hand side, there is a park that has lots of things for the kids to do, kind of like a water park. And to the right is the salt water. And you see, there is a kind of a boardwalk there that you can walk along, and the rocks are there to protect from erosion. But this is a beautiful area, and we'll be coming up on more of the main harbor town in a little bit. But it just is a nice place if you want to take your dog for a walk or spend some time just looking out at the boats as they go by. This is the area where that can be done. Across the water where you see that opening, there is a lighthouse there that in the evening you can see the light flash, but it's not visible to the naked eye from over here.
So this is where we would have defended ourselves if PEI and Charlottetown was ever invaded. Although I will tell you the last time we were ever invaded was right before they were built. More timing there. It might be a little outdated too.
And we'll be coming up on a yellow orangish colored house. That was the first house on the island to have electric. And when they fired up all the lights in there, the town people came running thinking that there was a fire that had to be put out, when in reality it was just the new modern convenience of electric. Of course, on the way back to the campground, we had to stop for some ice cream.
Ice cream on the island. Whole crew here. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. It's free, it helps me out a lot. Also, ring that bell, you'll be notified every time I put up a new video. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps it be seen by a wider audience. But more important than all that,
Go have some fun out there.
thanks for watching.